This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back. Now Duane and Scott Heiberger talk about the National Farm Medicine Center and what it means for folks in agriculture.
Duane Toews joining you once again here on AGam in Kansas, and a chance to catch up with Scott Heiberger with the National Farm Medicine Center. And Scott, we think about your organization, a quick synopsis of how it got started and what it means for folks in agriculture.
Yeah, it was established 35 years ago as part of Marshfield Clinic Health System in Marshfield, Wisconsin. The clinic cares for a population with a lot of farmers and people who grew up on farms. So they were seeing illnesses and injuries that were unique to the farming population. So the National Farm Medicine Center was established to kind of formalize the research and the outreach that goes into dealing with these issues that are particular to agriculture.
So Scott, tell me a little bit about the organization's current activities and where things go from here.
Well, we're involved in research and outreach activities related to ag safety and health. So we're heavily into a project on dairy workers. Approximately 40% of the Wisconsin workforce and approximately 40 to 50% of the dairy workforce nationwide are Spanish speaking. So we have a project involving about 100 dairies in Wisconsin and looking at new ways of training, getting buy-in from the farmers, obviously. We have a new curriculum that's been drafted. We have a certain way of training now. These workers who come in, a lot of them are new to the country, a lot of them are new to agriculture. You've got a language issue. So we're already seeing some good payoff there as far as getting better training and reducing injuries in the dairy workforce. Another really big thing we're involved with, and we have been for over 20 years, is childhood agricultural injury prevention. Farms are great places for kids to grow up. It's a great environment, but and most of us at the center did grow up on farms or worked a lot on farms. However, we urge parents and supervisors of children working on farms to, stop and consider that, what's the agricultural worksite part of the operation and what's the home. And we believe for kids certainly under 6 and maybe under 10 that it's really best that they keep the work site separate from the from playing or just being kids, because even though the last few years we've seen fortunately a decline in childhood ag injury, both the rates of injury and the number of injuries, still there's a couple things that are going counter to that positive trend, and one of them is ATV incidents, of course. That's been an issue, and also young children in the workplace. Children under 10 years old, that's actually an age group that's increasing a little bit in injury. And that's, we know that farms are, in the eyes of kids, great places to play. We see some injuries occurring, children who aren't even working, they're just there. Maybe the parents have them in the work site to, quote, keep an eye on them. And unfortunately, you turn, how many times you hear, I just turned my head for a second and, and he was into this, or et cetera. So those are a couple of things that we're heavily into right now.
Scott, if individuals were looking for more information, do you have an easy source for them?
Best thing would be to Google National Farm Medicine Center, and you can look under a resources tab and also a National Children's Center tab, and hopefully find topics of use on agritourism, child ag safety, dairy safety, and a bunch of other issues.
Our thanks to Scott Heiberger joining us with the National Farm Medicine Center here on AGam in Kansas. Jamie, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Duane. Come back after the break for this week's Kansas Farm Bureau Update.
Hey folks, Dr. Dan from Doc Talk. Have you asked yourself, how can I help provide relief to wildfire victims? Well, you can go to the Ashland Community Foundation, or you can go to the Kansas Livestock Association Foundation and make monetary gifts. Another way, you can buy this beautiful print that was painted by Dr. Eva Gardner of the Gardner Angus Ranch of Ashland and Clark County area before the fire. This painting will be sold through the Kansas Livestock Association Foundation, and all proceeds will be provided to victims of the wildfire.